Welcome back, NBA fans. All right, today is a brand new segment that I'm creating. It's going to be 30 NBA teams in 30 days. Every single day for the next 30 days, or 29 if you're including this, I don't know. I will talk about and break down in depth every single team in the NBA. Today starts with the Atlanta Hawks. Now, the Atlanta Hawks had a very, very busy offseason, and granted, the offseason's not over yet. Especially with Atlanta, things can change, okay? So I'm just going to jump right into it. But before doing so, I would like to personally thank every single one of you right now for liking my videos, for subscribing to my channel. I have over 100 subscribers right now. That's freaking sweet. Granted, thinking that I just basically started this channel and I'm already at 100 and something subscribers. That's awesome. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. That means a lot. I appreciate it. I love the comments that you guys constantly provide underneath these videos. They're always great. The views are getting sweet, so keep up the good work, and I will continue pushing out good content, I promise you. All right, so the Atlanta Hawks. Actually, before jumping into the Hawks too, I want to break down how I'm doing this segment, okay? I'm going to do one team a day. It doesn't mean I'm only going to do that video a day. I will be continuing to push out other videos too. But I will have one video a day, and in these videos, I will talk about three things. One, the team's draft. I will grade the team's draft and talk about it a little bit if need be. Then, free agency period. I will talk about the free agency period for that team, signs, deals, whatever, what they've done. And then C, or three, I don't know if I said one or two or A or B, I don't know. The projected starting five and the bench depth. Then, at the end of all of that, I'm going to grade their offseason and project or predict where I see them ranking next year. Okay? So let's just get right into it now that you know the deal, now that I got all the gushy thank yous out of the way in the beginning. So the Atlanta Hawks, they had the number 6 pick in the draft. In my pre-draft videos, I said the Atlanta Hawks should trade their pick. Now, I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't. And I'm also kind of disappointed with the fact that they drafted Onyeka Okongwu. Now, that's nothing against Onyeka Okongwu. I love Double O. I think he's an athletic rim runner with high defensive potential. And if he could genuinely learn offense a little bit more, he could be a good player. And then they drafted Skylar Mays at 50, who is a 4-year guard at LSU. Now, I mean, he's a good ball player. He could score the basketball, but I don't really know what value you're getting at 50 with a guy who you're not going to play. But my thing with Onyeka Okongwu and that pick was I don't love it because I just don't see a way where Okongwu can genuinely produce and be productive in a lineup with John Collins and Clint Capella already. Now, coming off the bench could be helpful for a young guy like that, and maybe they're not sold on Capella or John Collins. Maybe they don't want to pay John Collins the max. I respect that. I understand that. And this is their safety net. Now, because of that, I would give this draft a B. Personally, I still think that they could have traded back a little bit. I think they could have gotten other picks from Boston. I even think Halliburton at 6 wouldn't have been a stretch. I don't love that draft for them. Free agency-wise, let me just jump off right into it and say they had Bogdanovich sign an offer sheet. Now, that does not mean that he's coming to Atlanta. That only time will tell. Personally, I don't think Sacramento will match it. I don't know. Maybe they match it and just trade him before the season starts. But I don't know if you can do that because the 90-day period. Anyway, so Bogdanovich, let's just say he signed. Then they signed Chris Dunn to a 2-year, $10 million contract, which is awesome. That is an awesome fit. I am a Chris Dunn fan. That guy is a premier perimeter defender, and that's exactly what you need alongside Trae Young because that man doesn't even know that side of the court. They signed Solomon Hill like 3 minutes ago while making this video. Danilo Gallinari was the biggest sign that they had. 3 years, $61.5 million. Now, a lot of people talked a lot of shit on that pick. Personally, I don't mind it. I don't think it's too long for a guy like Danilo. Granted, he has had injury problems, but I like Danilo Gallinari, and he is Again, another great shooter. Now, the problem with him is he is a much better 4 than he is 3. And in Atlanta, John Collins, I don't know. Again, maybe a safety net there. Then they signed Rajon Rondo to a 2-year, $15 million. That's a good deal as well. It's a veteran leadership off the bench. Like, I am a really big fan of this offseason right here that they did. And free agency-wise, I'm giving it an A. I genuinely believe they killed it. Now, it's only not an A+ because of maybe the fit of Danilo. But beside that, I'm still a big fan of what's going on here. So the projected starting 5 would be Trae Young, Bogdanovich, if they signed him, Danilo Gallinari at the 3, because there's no way they're paying a guy $62 million to bring him off the bench. Personally, I don't think so. John Collins at the 4, and Clint Capella at the 5. Now, that starting lineup is already significantly better than it was last year, and I am a very big fan of it. Now, I would prefer to take my projected. If I was Lloyd Pierce and I was coaching Atlanta, I would go Trae Young, Bogdanovich. Then I would probably go DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, Clint Capella, and bring Danilo as the 6th man, and he would be in conversation for 6th man of the year. Personally, I really believe that. I like him. Now, if Bogdanovich is not a part of the Atlanta Hawks next year, then it would probably be Trae Young and either Kevin Huerter or DeAndre Hunter. It just depends if Danilo's starting. Personally, I think if they have Danilo starting at the 3, they'll probably start Kevin Huerter instead of DeAndre Hunter, which is okay. He's a great shooter, and he's a ginger, which is funny. Anyway, so the bench then would round out to look like this is if Bogdan's on the team. DeAndre Hunter, Kevin Huerter, Onyeka Okongwu, Rajon Rondo, and Chris Dunn. That is a deep 10-man team. That's impressive, especially for given where they were. The offseason, in my honest opinion, I would give it a B+ and A. Closer to an A than a B+, because I believe and I project this team to be a 7 or 8 seed. Last year, if this was the team, they would be closer to a 5 and 6 seed. But now you got to realize that, look, you got Brooklyn. They're going to be top 6. You got Milwaukee's going to be top 6. Miami's going to be top 6. You're going to have Boston, Toronto, and Philadelphia. Now, you may be asking yourself, what about the Indiana Pacers? I don't think the Indiana Pacers are going to be better than the Atlanta Hawks if the Atlanta Hawks bring on Bogdanovich and their team looks like this. I bet you that Atlanta will be the 7 and Indiana could be closer to an 8. But that's also really exciting to just think about because, like, dude, this is the best the East has been in a little bit of a while now. Like, that's a really solid 8 seeds. Really solid 8 seeds. Don't get me wrong, the bottom of the East is just dumpster fire after dumpster fire. I mean, I can't even imagine being a fan of one of those teams. Who am I kidding? I was a Sixers fan. I still am a Sixers fan. So, this is my video of the Atlanta Hawks. Tomorrow, if I know my alphabet, what would be the Boston Celtics? Damn. That's going to be painful to make. Well, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, keep up liking the videos, subscribing to the channel. Do whatever you guys got to do to just continue making me push content out. Peace out. Go Sixers.